Hello and welcome to Live in the Solution. I'm your astrologer and tarot card reader, Mary Trimble, with your readings for December the 23rd through December the 29th. Listen, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you. If you are returning, thank you for your loyalty and support. And if you're new, I hope you enjoy these readings and that you will return. You will find all the other, this is for your sun, moon, and rising. It's a general reading. You'll find all the links to everything you need below, to all the other videos. If you're checking out your sun, moon, and rising, there'll be also skip times. Because this is an intro, then there's the astrology report, and then the tarot reading, and all the skip times will be below. And also, I want to thank everyone who's subscribed, and I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe, if you could like these videos and share them. So without further ado, let's go to the astrology section of your reading, shall we? Hello and welcome to the astrology section of your reading. And there's just little things going on at the beginning of the week, but the major astrological event is happening on Thursday. Now, this can also be on Wednesday, which is Christmas Day. So happy Christmas, everyone. And I know that on Sunday, I'm recording these on Sunday, it is Hanukkah. So happy Hanukkah to those of you. And the day after Christmas, which is also known as Boxing Day in England, is Kwanzaa. So happy Kwanzaa to all of you who celebrate that. So on Thursday, the December the 26th, we have the new moon solar eclipse. It's a partial eclipse in Capricorn, and it happens at 12:13 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it is the 24th. It's happening on the 25th on Christmas Day in California, and it is happening in the UK at 5:13 a.m. on Boxing Day. Now, so this partial new moon solar eclipse happening in Capricorn is a very fortunate and lucky eclipse because it is connected to Jupiter, the planet of abundance and luck and good fortune, right? An expansion. So it's right next to it when this happens. So it's very fortunate. So the power of this new moon solar eclipse is tremendous because Jupiter will expand its power. I've already been feeling this aspect. Have you? I know I have had some quite fortunate things happen. I'm very happy. Gosh, listen, this is the last eclipse of the year, of the decade. We are ending a decade. There's a lot of energy when we switch from decade to decade. I can't believe that it's been 20 years since Y2K. I was just thinking about this the other day. If you are, some of you are too young to remember this, but 20 years ago, when we moved into a whole new century, there was a big fear of Y2K. There was, everyone was suspecting that computers would break down around the world and our whole lives would fall apart. And Y2K came and went without any kind of significant event. So we were fine, but it was so funny at the time how naive we were. Now, what else? Let's get back to the solar eclipse, shall we? New moons, as you know, are or most of you know, is when the sun and the moon are conjunct, when they're together. And a conjunction is a very powerful astrological aspect. It's when the two planets that are conjunct are together. So it's very powerful. And not only that, we have this Jupiter conjunction too. So it's 3 planets. We've got let me see how many planets are in Capricorn right now. Let me check yes. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 planets in Capricorn. And by the end of the week, we will have 6. Not only do we have these 2 lights, right, our luminaries, the sun and the moon, conjoined, right, together, which is very powerful. At the same time, we've got the conjunction with Jupiter, as I mentioned, and we also have this lovely relationship with Uranus, which is this planet of sudden happenings and surprises. And because it's a lovely connection, we could get, surprise gifts. Listen, Jupiter is about expansion. So it's about energy. We're going to be energized, right? We're going to feel energetic. It's in a cardinal sign. So we're going to want to start things. It's a new moon. It's a brilliant time to start something, and perhaps a course in study, a business or a project or something new, and it's really important for us to have intentions and write them down at this time, and write them as if we are already experiencing them, because that is the law of attraction. So we really want to make sure that we write our intentions, right? Ask Santa Claus for our presents. Now, Capricorn is all about planning. It's about long-term goals. So really see the future. What do you want to happen in the next 5, 10, 15 years? We're going to have this energy and this urge to start things and to plan things. Taking action towards long-term goals will be extremely satisfying to us at this time. Resist any inclination that you may have to sit back and procrastinate. Resist that urge, because sometimes we don't want to take action out of fear sometimes, right? Much can be accomplished at this time, so make the most of what is available. Now, on Friday, the Sun is conjunct Jupiter exactly. So we're feeling this already, right? And then it's going to be exact on Friday. And also we'll feel it afterwards. We'll feel this lovely, massive energy influx. The Sun represents life force, right? And Jupiter will expand that force. So it's optimism, it's generosity. We will receive gifts and good fortune, and also we'll feel generous, and we'll be inspired to give and to be generous with others. With this boundless energy, you will be able to do everything. It's like you'll want to do everything. You want to start all kinds of projects and get things off the ground. So it's really, with this boundless energy, it is a good time to start a new course in study or business or project, like I said before, with the new moon. So this is all. You also need to be aware, though, that Jupiter is a planet of expansion. So if it will expand negativity. It may expand your waistline, the holidays. Resist the urge to take that second piece of cake or the helpings. And, also drinking too much. We have to drink responsibly during the holidays. Don't drink and drive. Make sure that you have a designated driver, or you, get a taxi home, Uber at home, whatever you need to do. So just be aware of that, and keep your thoughts and actions as positive and as just have integrity and be honest and upfront, and keep your side of the street clean. It's very important, because we have Saturn at play too during this time. Rules and regulations. You don't want to get caught out there. Now, on Saturday the 28th, Mercury moves into Capricorn. So now we have 6 planets in Capricorn, darling. And this is the planet, the sign of ambition, of, practicality, of planning ahead. So this is, the thought process. Mercury is about the thought process and communication. So it's, it's no frills. It's like, communicating, practically, and what's, without beating about the bush. Although when Mercury is in Capricorn, we're very cautious or very careful about what we say. So we're going to kind of be very, judgmental and perhaps skeptical of what people say. You may frown a lot. It's very, Mercury in Capricorn is very conservative, and can appear kind of cold and calculating at times. Capricorn doesn't want to waste time, wants to get to the point and move on. So it may be a little dismissive and judgmental at times. So because Mercury in Capricorn has a very clear sense of judgment. So that's not a bad thing at times, it just, to be a little more thoughtful and deliberate, but very practical. So without further ado, let's go to your tarot reading, shall we? Hello, Cancer, and welcome to the tarot card section of your reading for December the 23rd through December the 29th. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Cancer for this coming week of the 23rd through the 29th of December? We're coming to the end of a decade, guys. Okay. 3 cards for Cancer, please. 1, 2. Oh, that's too many, darling. There you go, 3. Okay. Now we go into the clarifying cards for Cancer. These are clarifying cards for Cancer. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Cancer through these clarifying cards for December the 23rd through the 29th? Please clarify. There's 2 for that. Please clarify. Wow, 2 for that. You're getting a lot of cards here, guys. And please clarify. Oh, wow. You have 2 cards for each clarification. Okay, guys. Wow, let me see. Okay, take a look at your cards. The first card out for you is the Strength card, clarified by the Knight of Cups and the Emperor. Then you have the Fool, clarified by the Death card and the 6 of Swords. Then you have the Ace of Cups, clarified by the Star card and the 5 of Pentacles. Wow, what cards you have. Okay, Cancer, the first card out is the Strength card. This is about having the courage to go forward, and it's really about being kind and compassionate. That's your strength. Don't react in a way that's dogmatic or overlording. Definitely you need to be kind and compassionate. Put yourself in other people's shoes. Be gentle but courageous to address things. Clarifying the Strength card is the Emperor. You have 2 cards, the Emperor and the Knight of Cups. The Emperor is all about, I just feel that these have to go together. The Emperor is all about getting things done. It's all about organizing. It's all about setting the stage to go forward. It's about crossing your T's and dotting your I's and making sure your paperwork's in order. And this is, you've got the Knight of Cups. This is really, the Knight of Cups can be new love coming in, right? I feel that the Emperor rules with an iron fist. He's all about structure. He's all about, rules and regulations and getting everything in order. And this particular Knight of Cups, he's got this cup, he's giving this gift, and usually intuition and psychic ability. So I would definitely tune in to your instinct and trust it. But I feel that some of you may listen, you may have a new love, you could have a resurgence of love, but love is definitely there. And it could be love of your family, of your friends. So during this time, this holiday week, it's all about getting with family, isn't it, and friends, and sharing these wonderful times. It is about being kind always. It's about you know it's about trusting your instinct, and it's about making sure that everything's in place and that you are organized to go forward. And look, the next card out for you is the Fool. And the Fool's about new beginnings. It's about seeing this future that you've got. There's definitely change is happening, because when the Fool comes in, it's all about change. And this is about seeing this change as an adventure. This journey that we're on is an adventure, and it is a journey, this journey we call life, right? And if we think of each change as an adventure, and then we can move with the changes. Oh wow, there is major change coming for you, Cancer. You have the Death card, which is transformation. So this is change, really major change. And you've got the Six of Swords, which is moving on. It's embrace this change, guys. Whatever is happening for you, don't fight against the change. Embrace it, because it's definitely for the better. So then the Six of Swords is moving on to calmer waters and greener pastures. So there's some turbulence, right? Because change, it's like, okay, so here you're in the hallway. I always think of the Death card as kind of being in the hallway, and you have to close the door behind you. You've got to move on from the past and go forward. The Fool is like, whistling along and just totally naive and totally excited about what's around the corner, not knowing anything. And that is what is so scary to some people, because the Fool has not been beaten up by life. He's not had that experience where, you lose a job, or you lose an apartment, or you have to move. Something is really, this is a major change, and you really have to kind of let go of holding on to the past and just move forward differently. It's embracing the change. As difficult as it seems at the time, sometimes it's very difficult, but you are being asked to look at this as an adventure. And, some of you really have to take a trip. It can be a literal meaning that you have to take a trip, that you have to move. Some of you have to move. You have to move your home. You have to go out and let go of the place where you're living, or and you have to move forward. It's time. It's time for this change, Cancer. But don't be afraid, because sometimes we're like, oh well, I don't know what's around the corner, and that's the fear that stops us from moving forward. So the Death card is saying, close the door on the past, let it go, because, you need to move forward. It's almost like you're stagnant right now, so you've got to move forward. Knights are all about moving too. Get prepared, get organized, because change is coming, definitely. And you've got the Ace of Cups, and the Ace of Cups, it's about my cup floweth over. It's also a gift of intuition and psychic abilities, but it's a new beginning, and it can be a new friendship, it can be a new love. And I feel that some healing is coming into you. You have two cards here. You've got the Star card. So your path is going to be illuminated. You're going to start to see where you're going, because the Star card's a deep healing. It's a card of hope. Don't lose hope. Be hopeful. Things, sometimes these changes, these abrupt changes are very, they're hard. sometimes. We don't like change. We definitely don't like change. But change, the only guarantee in life is change, isn't it? So she's spreading light, starlight, where there was once darkness, and a path will be illuminated. You're going to see where you're going. And look, you're feeling in the cold is how you're feeling. Because you've got the 5 of Pentacles, and that's a feeling of being out in the cold. But then again, you see what you have to remember, because there's a little spring flower coming out through the snow. There's hope. What you have to remember is that, difficult times change also. They're not here forever. It's transient. The good times don't last forever, and neither do the bad times. So you have to always remember that, no matter what, things are going to change. So this time of change, and what may feel a little tumultuous and a little stressful, is going to end. And there's a clear path forward that will be revealed. And there's calmer waters and greener pastures ahead. So don't hang on to the past. Just keep it moving. Keep it moving, darling. Things are going to work out just fine. Cancer, thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like this video, share it, comment, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you next week. Hello guys, you are my die-hard fans. I really appreciate you. Thank you for staying all the way through to the end. I just wanted to tell you I have a Facebook group, and in that Facebook group I do a live feed every 2 weeks, and it corresponds with either the new moon or the full moon. And whoever attends, I look at their horoscope and see how they are receiving it. And I also have my tarot cards on hand to answer any questions. So it's a lovely group, like-minded people. We're all very positive, and it's really uplifting. Such a lovely environment. So I hope that you will join my Facebook group. It is a private group, so you just need to ask permission to join and just answer a couple of questions. That's all. And you'll get in. Listen, guys, the 12-month readings are, a lot of people are getting them, and they're really helpful. So take a look at my website. The link to that is below, and get a 12-month reading. And I throw in a little chart interpretation in there too, just some, things about your personality and good things to know, strengths and weaknesses. I throw that in, just as a little special, a little special extra. It must be Jupiter expanding. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. I'll see you next week. Mwah! I love you all.